Hello folks, and welcome to part 2 of Pencils and Powers, the Forgotten King sheet. I am the Lone Adventurer. Thank you very much for coming along on this adventure with me. Now, we are deep in the Forgotten King's tomb, and the Shadow Master, the Barbarian, the White Knight and the Treasure Hunter are approximately halfway through their adventure. We are going to get straight into it. If you haven't seen the first video, I'll put a link up in the corner here, and let's go. So where was I? I need to remind myself. We had killed the skeleton in room 3 of the dungeon. We've got a little bit of treasure. Just going to put a little tick here so that I know room 3 is done when I'm looking at the treasure section. We'd levelled up a couple of our heroes, the Barbarian and the Treasure Hunter, but we need more loot so we can level up the other characters as well. I keep rolling 5s and 6s, don't I? So this skeleton here is starting to get a bit beefy. Yes, we could do that. Let's do that on this occasion. Right, so we're going to use this 5 to continue moving through the dungeon. Yeah, let's just there you go. So we now have access to room 6. Level up that skeleton a little bit with that dice, and this dice will increase this treasure by 1. So in terms of treasure, we need to keep, well, I need to get better at improving this one, the bottommost treasure, mainly because it's got the key, and without the key we can't fight the final boss. So it would be nice to get that. Which other ones do I want to prioritise? 4 might be good because that's got a shield and a sword, and they're slightly lower down. 2 has only got a sword, no shield, but it is much more attainable. And 6 has only got a shield but no sword, but it is lower down. Whew, okay. 3, 3, 3. Makes it a nice, easy decision. We haven't got access to room 4 yet, actually, so let's just do that. There we go. And then, there, that's nice. This skeleton. Right, I shouldn't have scribbled that out. So because the level of the monster when you kill it affects the final score, and I've already killed the skeleton in room 3, I should stop shading in the squares for that creature. I'm in the habit of just neatly crossing out a square when I use it, so you can still assign a dice to an area if that area has been fulfilled. And the same for the treasure. I'm not going to do a proper scribble out. So really, maybe it feels nice that I didn't have to increase the power of that skeleton, or indeed any of the skeletons, but that does mean that's 1 point that I'm not going to get at the end of the game. Same for the treasures. Bit of a waste because I wasn't able to increase the value of any of the treasures. So 6 gives us this shape here. Actually, we still haven't got access to room 1, so we'll do that. And 5 is going to increase this beefy skeleton up here. And 6, that treasure. 3 to draw this shape. So I keep avoiding going past the Forgotten Tombs because of that early nasty-ish experience. But I'm going to have to do it eventually. So maybe now's the time. Let's go check out this Forgotten Tomb up here. Okay, so we need to unlock the tomb, which I will do using the Treasure Hunter's Insight ability, which does mean I'll have to use up one of his powers. So that's annoying. Once it's open, roll a dice. 4. Wandering Monster again, which does get me gold, so I guess I should be grateful. But, yeah, okay. That means I'm going to get some damage as well. Right, so Wandering Monster has got 2 health, so I'm going to have to hit it twice. Now I'm hitting it once automatically because my Shadow Master has got a magic sword. So that's nice, but I still need to do 1 point of damage. And I guess that the simplest way to do that is to use the Barbarian's Frenzy power, deal 1 damage. So there we go. But the Wandering Monster also has an attack level of 2, so I'm going to have to take 2 damage. I could just use the White Knight's barrier ability. So that is use up to 2 barriers to block 2 damage each. So I use my 2 barriers that I've already generated by killing monsters. And yeah, that means we block both the 2 damage, which is all good. When the monster dies, my Shadow Master can use Soul Burn to create a shadow, and the White Knight can use Generate to create a barrier, which can be used in the future. And we're getting 4 gold, which takes me up to 5 gold in total. Alright, well, that wasn't so bad, I suppose. It got me some gold, which I desperately need. Going to increase the... well, we're not going to increase that skeleton because it's dead. I'm going to increase the treasure there, edging towards the shield and the sword, which is what I want. Alright, so 6 to draw this shape here. There we go. Let's just use it to get access to that final room, so then we can fight any monster we want. 3 not being used, 2 on that treasure there. As you get further into the game, the decisions about what dice to allocate become a little bit easier sometimes. So 3 is that shape there. Well, I'll use it to make my way up there so that I'm nearer to it if I decide that I want to investigate that Forgotten Tomb. Okay, 2 on that treasure there. Oh, look at that. I mean, we don't get many 1s. So the 1 we'll be using to get towards that skeleton key, but I've rolled... I mean, look, the last time I rolled a 1, I'm on roll 20. Last time I rolled a 1 was roll 8. There we go. Right, so 5 to get us up there. 2 on that skeleton. And 1 on that treasure. So at some point I need to think about fighting another monster. I would probably fight the monster in room 2 once we are 1 more step up on the treasure. I would probably fight the monster in room 4, but not for a little while. And the one in room 6, I want 2 more steps on the treasure. So I want to roll a 2, 2s and 6s really, and the occasional 4 for the treasure. Right, well, but I cannot turn down a 1 on the treasure, even though I've got a 4 available. That's annoying. Which monster? Well, I keep piling it onto monster 3 that's already dead. And 4 for the movement. All of a sudden I don't really have much to do with my movement. I guess I'll also come over this way because it's going to be actually impossible to hit. Oh well, but I could come down there, couldn't I? So really the movement at this point is kind of pointless, which is a bit of a shame. Maybe the balance of that needs to be addressed slightly. Really, it would be nice to be desperate for movement, so maybe a couple of these shapes need to be slightly smaller to make it a bit more tense in the movement arena. Now he rolls 1s. That's so annoying. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put a 4 on there. See, now my guys are just wandering around the dungeon aimlessly because they've found everything they need to find. I am now throwing away 1s, I'm aware of that. So I need 4 more 1s, but I've got quite a few more rounds before I get to the end. And I do need to make sure that I'm working towards those shields and swords, because in my experience, those are pretty important. Right, so that was that one done. 6, improving that fella there. And 1, oh, you're supposed to re-roll 1s on the movement, so 6. Oh, brilliant. You know what, I think I'm even going to stop drawing the adventuring around the dungeon because I found everything. Until such time that I want to go past a tomb. So I could use that to go past that tomb there. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to do it. Oh, but then when you do that, you do have to open the blinking thing. Alright, I'm going to use the barbarian this time to bash the tomb open. Right, let's see what's in the tomb. 6. You found a locked chest with 5 gold in it. So now I've got to unlock the chest. Alright, I guess I'll use the treasure hunter's power to unlock the chest. I don't really want to do that though. Being able to unlock things is quite important. So I'm going to have to probably level up the treasure hunter again. Alright, 5 on the beastie. 2. Now, on the location 2, which is this skeleton, I'm now at a point where I think I want to fight him. Right, so I need to roll a dice and then add on whatever I want to add on. 4, that's not too bad. 4 plus 1 for the Shadow Master's magic sword is 5, but I would have killed the skeleton anyway. So the skeleton is dead. He does have an opportunity to do 4 points of damage to me, which is unfortunate. So I need to take 4 points of damage. I'm just looking to see if there's any way I can mitigate that damage. Well, it's 3 points of damage because I do have 1 shield. I could absorb 1 point with the barrier here, but barrier can be used to create up to 2 barriers, blocking 2 damage each. It's 2 damage each. I didn't realise that. I used 2 barriers earlier to block 1 damage each, I'm pretty sure. So I didn't actually use that barrier, and this does change things. So I'm going to use the White Knight's ability and 1 barrier to block 2 damage. So I'm blocking 1 with the magic shield, 2 with the barrier, which only leaves 1 damage to receive. And I think the old barbarian is going to take that on this occasion. His rage ability is very handy. Yeah, he's not going to take that damage. He's going to remain unwounded for the time being, and we'll give that damage to the White Knight, because I think I am going to level him up anyway. Right, so that's done. I get 2 gold for killing the skeleton as well. But when you kill a skeleton, you have to increase the power or strength of every other one. I think that's everything done. Oh no, I haven't done the treasure. So this is skeleton 2. So we're getting a scroll which allows us to draw 2. Draw 3, shade 3 squares, not that it really matters. Then I'm getting 1 gold. Then we've got a trap. Lock a random room unless disarmed. Okay, so we're going to lock a random room. Room number 4. So room number 4 is now locked, so I'll have to deal with that at some point. Then we're getting a 2nd coin and a magic sword. So we're getting 2 more coins in total. Let's bring it up to 14 gold. That's pretty sweet. And another magic sword, which we're going to give to... So I think I'm going to give that to the barbarian as well, because I think if people start dying, maybe the barbarian is going to last longer, is what I'm thinking. So now I've got 14 gold. I can think about levelling people up again. Right, so yeah, it's going to cost 6 to increase the White Knight by his 1st level, which is going to take me down to 8 coins. And then going up to level 2 on a character requires 7. And I think I'm going to have to level up the treasure hunter again, which sucks a little bit, but then he can absorb some damage later on, so that's all right. Well, that was a bit exciting. Doesn't really matter, don't know why I'm bothering. I don't really feel like going near any tombs right now. But maybe I should. Yeah, but I'd have to unlock it, which would use my unlock power. The reason why I'm hesitant about using the unlock abilities is because... Actually, let's have a look here. I mean, 4 won't require unlocking. 5 does, but I'm never going to get up there. 6 doesn't, and 1 doesn't. So 4 is the only one, so maybe it is alright. Okay, let's do it. So we're gonna check out that tomb there. You've got to be in it to win it, which is going to use the treasure hunter's insight ability. Well, that's the worst one as far as I'm concerned, because it just means I can shade in a secret passage, shade in 1 square that borders the edge of the map. I don't really understand why I should be excited about that. There's nothing in the additional rules, so I don't really know why shading in a square at the edge of the map. I mean, secret passage sounds exciting, but I don't really see why that is exciting. Okay. So we're not improving a skeleton on this occasion. And treasure 4. If I can just roll one more 4, I could get another shield and sword. No 4 there. Okay, 5, I'm not going to draw anything on this occasion. 3 isn't improving any monster, which is good. 6 is finally getting us that shield. I think I'm still going to just hold off a little bit to see if I can increase the number of coins I'm getting there. Ah, that's what I wanted, a 4. That's what I wanted. Okay. 2, so I'm not going to do the movement. 2 is not improving any monster, and 4 is getting us that. So I think it is time to fight. Oh, wait a minute, 4's the... I hadn't realised 4 is the Skeleton King. So I can't fight 4. I was getting all excited that I could go and get that shield and sword, but you can't fight the final boss until you have the key that allows you to access the room in which he is in. And the key for that room is all the way up there. Oh, come on, roll a 1. Alright, 6, I'm not going to do the movement. 2 is not improving a skeleton, and 5 is improving that treasure. So I don't think there's any that I want to... Well, I could do 6. I could do 6, which would get me a shield, a couple of extra coins. Yeah, maybe I should. Okay, we're gonna fight the skeleton in room 6. Here we go. 5. That's good, isn't it? That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He is already dead. Then we need to... Oh, he's going to do 5 points of damage to us. Now, obviously... so it's actually going to be 4 because we've got a shield already. Then we're going to use the White Knight's power and one of his barriers to decrease the amount of damage being received to 2, and then we're just going to take 2 points of damage. So the treasure hunter is actually going to take both of those points of damage, I think. So that's done. Then we need to receive 2 gold for killing him. Take him up to 3 gold. Then he's going to improve all other skeletons by 1 that are still alive. So that's the one in room 5. The one in room 1. And the boss skeleton himself. So that's done. I'm pretty sure that means the only thing left to do is the treasure. So this was room 6 we were tackling. Yes. So first of all, there is a curse, which means I have to increase the power of one of the existing skeletons, one of the live ones. So let's go for that one there. Then we're getting a coin. Then there is a trap. So I guess I can disarm it, or I can allow it to lock a random room. Lock a random room unless discarded. It doesn't say lock a random room you haven't been in yet. So, I mean, the chances are it's going to be a room that we've already been in. So room 3 is going to get locked. Luckily, I've already been in there, so I don't really care. Then another coin, and then a shield. So I'm getting 2 coins, up to 5, and we're getting another shield, which is pretty sweet. I'm going to give that to the White Knight. Seems like he'd like a shield. Okay. Oh, that's not 1s. I'm a little worried that I'm going to get to the end of this game and not get to fight the final boss. 6. Okay, so we can use that there, that's good. That there, that's fine, and 5 we're not moving around at the moment, so that doesn't matter too much. 6 is not going to improve anything, and 6 over here is just going to give us another coin when we eventually check out that room. Hey, there's a 1. That's what we're looking for. Alright, so 5, no movement. 3, not improving a monster. And 1, getting ever closer to that all-important key. No 1. Okay, so we're not moving. 2 means we don't need to improve a monster. And 5, that one there. So actually we could probably go into room 5 now, because the thing is, if I go any higher, well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds to go. I'm not really sure what the overtime is about. Interestingly, it says here, when you have defeated the Skeleton King, you gain the Ruby Skull. It may be used to grant 2 levels. So actually it'd be good to kill the boss early on, because it gives you extra levels. And then you can tackle his remaining minions. Didn't read that before. But I guess the question is, am I going to fight the monster? No, I'm gonna wait, because I've got 3 left to defeat, and I've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 remaining rounds. All right, so I mean, none of this matters because I'm not moving, I'm not improving a skeleton, and I'm not gaining any treasure. Oh, there's no 1s. Okay, so 2 we're not moving. 5 we're not improving a monster. Oh, that does improve a monster. I don't want to improve a monster. I'm going to do the other way around. And so I'm going to use 2 on the monsters, which means I don't have to improve a monster, and 4 over here. So I've maxed out the treasure at number 4. So I feel like probably I should just get in there, or should I do 1 more? I'll do 1 more, and if I don't roll a 1 this time, I'm going to fight the monster in room 4. That's really disappointing. 5 there, 2 there, 5 there. So we're not moving. 2 is not going to improve the skeleton, and 5 is going to improve that treasure there. Why am I not rolling any 1s? Really sucks. Doesn't matter too much because I can't improve the treasure. I just don't want to improve any monsters at this point. So we're not moving, we're not improving a monster, we're not improving a treasure. I didn't write those numbers down. Oh, yes I did. And so we need, I think, to fight a monster. So we're going to fight the monster in room 5. Room 5 is this fella here. He's actually quite chunky. At least I'll get me some points at the end of the game. Oh, 2! That's not good. I can still do it. 2 plus 2 for my magic swords. 2, 3, 4. I've got to do 2 more points of damage because he's got a total of 6 health. And let's use Shadow Master. Oh, I haven't been increasing the Shadow Master and the White Knight's levels on their Soul Burn and Generate, on their Shadows and Barriers, sorry. I'll do that in a second. I'll give myself some extra ones. But yeah, using the Shadow Master's Soul Burn power, Shadow Power, to destroy up to 2 shadows, which I've done, dealing 1 damage each, which finishes off the skeleton. So where was I? Room 5. So skeleton in room 5 is defeated. He is going to do 5 points of damage to me. -2 because I've got 2 shields. So that's 3 points of damage. I can't use the White Knight's barrier. Oh, I could use the... No, I can't use the White Knight's... I could use the White Knight barrier ability because he should have more barriers available. So let me just have a little think about that. I've killed 1, 2, 3 skeletons, 2 wandering monsters, which means he should definitely have another 2. They should both be like that. Okay, so I'm going to use his barrier ability. I'm going to use use up 1 barrier to block 2 damage, which means I think I've got 1 damage left to take, and the Shadow Master is going to take that damage. Alright, so when I kill the skeleton, I'm also gaining 2 gold, taking me up to 7 gold. He's going to improve all the remaining skeletons, which is just the skeleton in room 1 now, and the boss. And we get some treasure. Oh, we also encounter a curse, which is going to increase the boss again. I'm less worried about increasing the boss now because I don't think I'm going to get to fight him. Then I get 3 coins. Then I could open this lock. Oh no, there's no point in doing that because I haven't got anything beyond it. So I'm just getting 3 coins. But that's alright. 7, 8, 9, 10 coins, which means I can level someone up. Yeah, I think I should level up the White Knight, which is going to cost me 7, leaving me with 3 gold. Alright, going okay. The only downside really here is that I don't have access to the room with the boss in. So I've only got 1 more monster I can fight. Oh, there's a 1. Interesting. So obviously the 1 there, and the other ones don't really matter. Okay. Ah, no 1. So that means I'm not going to get to fight the final boss, which feels super disappointing. Maybe I want to beef up that final skeleton then. Which one am I going to finally fight? The one in room number 1. So I can't even beef up the skeleton. Alright, so I'm not going to move. Or maybe I should move. Can I... Yeah, tell you what, I am going to move. I'm going to... do that, which is going to get me to that Forgotten Tomb. I'm going to use the Barbarian's ability to bash it open. Let's see what's inside. 1, a secret passage. The most boring of Forgotten Tomb surprises. Oh well. And 5. I'm not going to increase any monster. And 6. I'm not going to increase any treasure. Alright, so our final roll of the game. I could actually, maybe I should fight the monster in case I fail. So the final one I have access to is the skeleton in room 1. That's this fella here. Room 1 isn't locked, is it? No, that's fine. So we're going to fight him. Roll the combat dice. Ooh, 1. That's fine, I can still kill him. 1, plus I've got 2 magic swords, so that's a total of 3. I only need to do 2 points more of damage. I can use the Barbarian's Rage ability, which is free. I don't have to spend power on it, to deal 3 damage. So that does kill the skeleton. He's dead. He's going to improve the boss skeleton by 1. It gets me 2 gold, to 5 gold. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional gold. taking me up to 11. And that's that really. Okay, so let's do the final roll of the game. This is going to be a bit underwhelming. 1, 2, 3. Well, I'll tell you what, I could at least try and get to the final tomb. Let's do that. So I can at least explore one of the forgotten tombs. I think I keep calling them forbidden tombs, but they're forgotten tombs. And then these do nothing. So 2 doesn't improve a beastie, 1 doesn't improve a treasure, but 3 at least is going to allow us to shiffle shuffle over here. Oh, shouldn't have shaded in that one, never mind. So 1, 2, 3 gets us to this forgotten tomb. Oh, I can't even open it. What an underwhelming finish, because I can't use the bash ability of the barbarian, and the treasure hunter has used up all his power already, so I can't open it, and that is the end of the game. Alright, I'll just quickly tally up my score and then I'll bring you back in order to see how I did. Alright, so I've totaled up the score. I realised while I was doing that I could lose points to go beyond round 35, and that probably would have been worth it in order to get that final key to face the final boss, just for funsies really, but I didn't do that, so it's too late really. So this is my final score, 47. I mean, that doesn't really mean much unless you've played it before and you've got something to compare it to, but I haven't played this sheet before. And that was 34 points for each shaded, so a point for each shaded square on a defeated monster that isn't the final boss. So I got 34 points for that. I would have got 5 points for defeating the boss monster, but I didn't. I got 2 points, 1 for each chest that I opened, and I opened 2. Then I got a point per plundered forgotten tomb, and I actually ended up opening all of the forgotten tombs, so I got 6 points for that. 1 point per hero level gained, so I got 5 points for that. I didn't lose any points for any dead heroes because they all survived, and I didn't lose any points for going past level round 35, so I ended up with a total of 47 points. So there it is. That was Pencils and Powers. As I said, there's like 10 or 11 sheets for this, so I am going to be doing another one. I'm going to be doing one of the science fiction ones, I think, because they just look like fun and they look different enough that I think it's worth checking out another one of the others in a video series. But that is the end of this particular delve. The Forgotten King managed to survive in his room, but I killed all of his skeleton minions, so that's something, and the Shadow Master, the Barbarian, the White Knight and the Treasure Hunter all survived. So thank you very much for watching. Please do like this video, subscribe if you enjoyed this adventure and you want to see more just like it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.